the Fed just locked in a decision. That quietly changes everything for your wallet. And Powell's last meeting as chair, he just admitted he has no plan. Stick around till clip 3, because Powell quietly admitted the one thing that kills the entire case for a rate cut. First, the headline, no rate cut. Zero surprise. But the real story is buried in the Fed's updated projections. GDP growth revised up to 2.4%. Not bad. Unemployment, still 4.4. Now here's where it gets ugly. PCE, the inflation metric the Fed actually cares about, is sitting at 2.8%. Back in December, they thought they could drag it down to 2.4. Now, they're saying 2.7. Core PCE revised UP to 2.7. They're openly admitting progress on inflation is slowing. Their target is 2%, and they are nowhere close. Yet somehow, they are still projecting one rate cut this year. Why? Because they're officially flying blind. And reporters hit Powell with the one question he couldn't answer. Reporters asked 2 different questions. Same non-answer. First question, how high do oil prices need to go before you consider hiking rates? Powell's response, we're just going to have to wait and see. Second question, what guides your decision at the next meeting? His answer, we're going to learn a lot in 6 weeks. I don't know how it's going to affect our thinking. We're going to see. 2 different reporters, 2 different questions. The exact same non-answer. The Fed doesn't have a playbook. They're reacting, not leading. So what does this mean for you? If you're holding cash or short-term bonds, good news, rates stay high. But if you're carrying debt or waiting to buy a house, brace yourself, because the Fed is not cutting anything until inflation proves it's dying. And that proof? They just told us exactly where to look. A reporter asked if the Fed should ignore oil-driven inflation. Powell said, the question of looking through energy shocks doesn't arise until we've checked the box on goods inflation, and we haven't. Translation, tariff-driven price hikes must fade first, and with core inflation a full point above target, that box is nowhere near checked. Now this is the moment I promised you, a reporter asked. If inflation expectations just got worse, why are you still projecting a cut? Powell said. The forecast is that we will be making progress on inflation. If we don't see that progress, you won't see the rate cut. Hear that word? If. This is not a plan. It's a prayer. The cut only happens if inflation cooperates, and right now, it's not. Powell also shut down the labor market panic immediately. He said, the unemployment rate has been stable since September. We're a full percentage point above 2% inflation. That's a concern. He's telling you outright, jobs are not the excuse. Inflation is still the boss. Let's connect the dots. The economy is growing. Unemployment is stable. But inflation is sticky. Oil is volatile. Tariffs are still here. And the Middle East is unpredictable. The Fed wants to cut, but they can't justify it. Powell said, wait and see 3 times. He said, if, twice. That's not confidence. That is a central bank flying blind. April 29th is Powell's last meeting as chair. He's leaving the economy in the hands of someone new, while openly admitting he has no roadmap. This is not just policy. It's a potential crisis. So do you think they'll cut, hold, or hike? Drop your prediction in the comments. And if you want to know how to protect your portfolio in this chaos, watch this video now.